Shalom. We got the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone. We want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth. They be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom. All right, my brother Ayashah Barzal. All right, just gonna get right into it.
I'm gonna start off in Psalms chapter 10, start at verse 1. It said, Why standest thou afar off, O Lord?
So that's David. He's asking, how about Shem Yahushua, why are you standing so far off? Because as we going, like if you apply that to the day, as we going through these curses, it seems like that the Most High, is not there. That all this stuff happening to us. But as he said, he has not cast his people away. In the land of our captivity, he once said, there you will not be called my people. In the same place you will be called my people. So he has not cast us away. All right?
It says, why hidest thou thyself in the times of trouble?
And we are going through this affliction, just like I was saying. It seems like he's far away. We want to grab Psalms 54 and 7.
Psalms chapter 54, verse 7. It says, For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and my eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
He says he has delivered us out of all trouble, and his eye has seen us. All right. What was that, 54 and 7?
Oh, I thought it said 55.
It's like 54 and 7.
Psalms chapter 54. Wait up for a second. This I'll read it again. It says, For he hath delivered me out of all trouble, and mine eye hath seen his desire upon mine enemies.
So that's the thing. He has delivered us, and he's going to deliver us from all troubles, and deliver us from our enemy, who is the wicked, Esau Edom.
Wow. Keep going.
Yep.
It says back in Psalm verse 10, in chapter 10, it says, verse 2, it says, The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
He says the wicked in his pride. And what's that pride? It's arrogance, okay? Extreme arrogance. And that's one of the things that Yahweh Ba'ashem hates. It's locking. He hates pride. And he says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So they're, one of the major things right now, the biggest thing is that MOTD, okay? They tried it with the juicy juice, and that doesn't work. So they're trying to, get all these things to really get rid of Jake. And you want to get Proverbs 26 and 27.
So Proverbs, what's that?
Chapter 26, verse 27. Just to back up that part about let them being taken of devices that they've imagined.
This is Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 7.
27.
That's a lot.
26, 27.
27 and 6?
26 and 27.
Oh, it's a lot. Verses, Proverbs chapter 26, verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him.
So the wicked plans that you have for the Most High's children, the nation of Israel, it's going to come back on you. All right? You digging that pit, you rolling that stone, that pit, you really digging your own grave. Okay? And that stone is going to come back on you. And if you roll the stone uphill, once it come back, it's coming down twice as hard, if not, even more harder. Okay.
That's right. That's really reaping what you sow. Are you getting what you give, man? All right. So if you sow, the scripture says if you sow, bad, you're gonna reap the benefits of that, and it's gonna be bad, and sometimes even worse, man. All right, like the brother was going into. When it comes with that stone, he said it's gonna come down 2 times faster most of the time. Man. All right. I'm gonna keep going in this.
Keep going. Yep.
It says. Verse Psalms chapter 10, verse 3 said, For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth.
So he gloats, okay? He gloats in the things that he can do because the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, okay? You got your precept? Go ahead. Yeah, he said, the earth's been given into the hands of the wicked. And we know, according to Malachi chapter 2, verse 1 and 2, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity, because it's in the power of their hand. A little roughly paraphrasing.
And that's why these things are happening, all right? Because the wicked are ruling, man. All right, this Job 9:24, it said, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judge thereof, if not, where and who is he?
God, it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Who is the wicked? The so-called white man, Esau Edom, according to Malachi 1 and 4. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. Who is the head judge? That's Yahweh. According to John 5:22, the Lord said, Yahweh judgeth no man. He commendeth all judgment to the Son. Okay? So we know that he's the head judge. So how you know that they covered him? They showing you Caesar Borgia. Okay? A so-called white man. A white man that when you look at his history, he's against everything in the scriptures.
Right.
Had sex with his sister. Also a homosexual. And then he doesn't fit the description according to Daniel 10:5 and 6 and Revelations 1:13 through 15. He does not fit the description. So now we know who it is. We know where you are. Okay, and you're in control of the world. All those European nations. Okay, the EU, right here in the U.S. as well. You're in rulership all over the world. All right.
Get this precept. It's 1 John chapter 5, verse 19. It said, we know that we are of Yahweh, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. Because the whole world is in wickedness, man. Why? Because the wicked are ruling. All right, and through their propaganda and their witchcraft and their pseudoscience, all right, they play tricks on the whole world to have them dance to their tune, man. All right, the whole world is dancing to the tune of the wicked. All right, the scriptures say, ye are your father the devil, and the works of your father you shall do. All right, because he promotes everything, like the brother was going into, everything is against the scriptures, it's against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Everything. All right, there's nothing that he does is righteous at all. All right, if it seems righteous, he best believe he has a wicked agenda behind it, some type of evil scheme, because they're mad scientists pretty much, man. Them E's is out here just wild, man. All right, and it's getting worse and worse out here. And then at the end of the day, we know that the Lord is allowing this to happen. All right, to what? To fulfill prophecy, man. All right, because things got to get bad before they get better, man.
All right, go ahead. You said that that if he tries to even do righteousness according to the scriptures, he can't. This is the book of Isaiah 26:10. It says, "Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness." Okay, he can't learn it. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. And here again, the earth has been given into his hands. He's had every opportunity to do right, but he just won't do right. Okay, according to what is that? Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of Yahweh, what he made crooked, nobody can make straight. To just roughly paraphrasing, okay. And he says he will deal unjustly, and how does he do that? Through his laws, okay. Everything, and Jake is, fussing about the scriptures. We only have 613 laws. Now, mind you, we can't keep them all in our land of captivity, but this dude has 30,000 plus laws and counting on the table, and you got to adhere to all of them. And the majority of them are geared against Jake.
That's right.
Okay. So you rather adhere to those never-ending laws when you could just focus on the scriptures. It has a 613. Okay. Just focus on those. He told us, "Arise ye and depart. This place is not your rest."
That's right.
So you trying to keep up with those 30,000 plus laws. You locked in on 613. It's going to work well for you. Instead, you keep his commandments. He's going to do everything he can for you. You show that you love him by keeping his commandments. Matter of fact, that's your whole duty.
Yes.
Okay? That's your whole duty. according to Ecclesiastes 12:13. All right.
It says, verse 5, it said, his ways, well, verse 4, it says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts.
He says the wicked through the pride of his countenance, okay? And that countenance is how you look, all right? Proverbs chapter 6, verse 17, that's the first thing he hates, a proud look, okay? He hates a proud look, okay? It's an abomination to him. It's detestable, okay? He can't stand it, all right? And he says he will not seek after Yahweh because, number one, he's been given control of the world. You know, he does everything he wants to do unabated. So the Most High is not at all in his thoughts. He thinks he's the Most High. Okay, I believe it says that in the scriptures too. He believes himself to be the Most High. You know, and like I said, he will not seek after Yahweh. Once again, there's no righteousness within him. Okay, as the scriptures say, you know, when he created us from the same lump, there was a vessel of honor and a vessel of dishonor. Okay,
I was going to get there. Let me get it real quick. That's the spirit.
So what's that? Around 20-something, 9.
This is Romans chapter 9. We start at verse 21. It said, he hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor.
He said the one vessel unto honor, that's the righteous, Jacob, the 12 tribes, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and that vessel of dishonor, that's the wicked, Esau, Edom.
That's right.
All right?
So he said out of the same lump. Hey, we actually, he's our twin brother, our evil twin brother, man. All right, he made Jacob the righteous, and Esau the wicked, man. All right, it says, what if Yahweh willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
Yeah, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. All right, that's what he is. You know, as I believe it's Job 21 and 30. You know, the wicked is reserved. You know, you need to grab that right quick. Job 21 and 30.
Job chapter 21, verse 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath.
So that's pretty much what was said in Romans 9. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. He's fitted for destruction. That's his sole purpose, to be destroyed. Okay. After he's served his job as the sword. Take care of us, put that punishment on us for being disobedient, okay, breaking our covenant. All right, verse 5.
Yeah. It said, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
God, his ways are always grievous, okay? And his way, he stresses people out, okay, continually with his laws, with the lockdowns, these mandates, okay, speed cameras all over the place. He's always, has to be in control of everything. All right, and he says, and a lot of wickedness. You got this alphabet gang stuff out here. Okay, he's forcing that agenda down everybody's throat. Okay, and he says, thy judgment are far out of his sight. He don't think he's going to be judged.
That's right.
He think he's going to get away with all this stuff. Just like was that Psalm 73 and 5? He is not in trouble like other men, neither is he plagued like other men. Okay, and the reason why, going back to that other scripture, that's because he's being saved for destruction to the very end. Okay.
All right. So as for all his enemies, he puffed at them. He's trying to set them up pretty much. He's setting a snare for them, a trap for them at all times. Esau they had nothing about them or their agenda is good, man. All right, just like Esau, he's the person that'll give you something and giggle as he set laws to take it back and more. All right, so he's setting you up to smile, and you think you getting something, but in the end, it's a whole nother agenda because he's wicked, man.
That's bad right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see. I got something to back you up right here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 4. And it reads, "If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee." And that's the thing. Just like I was saying about Gad. You know, he had the land, but he took it. He also had the guns. You know?
Got him good.
Yeah. So he, you know, once he was done with you, you know, taking out the men, you know, doing atrocious things to the women and children, you know, hey, he forsook it and still took it.
That's right. All those treaties that he signed with Gad, he broke every last one of them.
Every single one of them.
He broke every last treaty that he signed with them, man. All right, the scriptures tell us what? Not to trust thine enemy.
Yeah, that's in the chapter right before.
Done.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 10.
I'm gonna get that.
Go ahead.
We have to go with that a little later.
Okay.
I'm gonna get into that one. I'm gonna go to verse 6. If you don't mind.
Go ahead.
It said, "He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity."
God, and when he was really, really running things, you know, he wasn't moved, you know. Seemed like he was just invincible, going all over the country, invading people's lands, taking their stuff. And it's kind of interesting was that Uganda just found that 30 million pounds of gold, and it's like the whole world knows, you know, because of his track record, he's about to do something. Go in, establish a new government, kill everybody, saying that they're treating their people wrong, make up something so they can steal that gold. Okay. Spider. But it says, what he said, "I shall never be in adversity." Well, he didn't. He believed that until this word started coming out. Okay.
I got a precept for you.
Valley of the dry bones is awake, and he can't stop. He cannot stop this. The third temple is being built right now. There's nothing they can do about it. Nothing.
Obadiah 1 and 3, it said, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?"
He said the pride of his heart. And the heart goes into his mind. Lawab, you know, it goes into his mind, and that arrogance, you know, is deceiving. You know, he thought he could not be brought down. Okay, and he is going to be. He is being brought down, and just by the scriptures.
That's
right.
right.
Just by the scriptures. You know, I was telling you about some of those videos I pulled down today. How the FBI has classified us. Okay, because they think one day we're going to rise. They ain't no think. They already know. They know the scriptures. Okay, they know the scriptures. That's why they try to take out Judah for the most part. They know he's the head tribe. Okay, they're coming after him. And one of the he's using the so-called black woman to aid in that. Okay,
Another one of our enemies, man.
Yeah. We're gonna read that again. Obadiah.
Come. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. It said, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?"
And that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock. We know that Esau's original home was Mount Seir. You know, it's called Petra now. Okay, and when you look at the ancient Mount Seir and Petra, the same development is over here. They got to be in the skyscrapers.
That's right.
You know, at the highest places. You know,
with stone.
Yep.
Concrete laid everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, and his habitation is high. You know, real high, and you know, his symbol is the eagle. You know, it's a bird of prey. Okay, and it's the highest flying bird. Okay. Go ahead.
Right. You want to go back to the Psalms?
Yep.
All right. This is verse 7. It said his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
God, full of cursing and deceit. You know, he wishes nothing good on anybody. You know, he's very deceitful. As we were talking about the treaties he made with Gad. Okay. And most recent, you know, Jake, you know, he had Sleepy Joe said, you know, you not black if you don't vote for me. Well, you're not black anyway. Okay. But you all believe that. You don't know who you are. And he deceived you. You know, you all got him in, and what he do? Turn around, Asian hate bill, alphabet gang bill, okay? All this other stuff moving around, and what does he give you? You know, a funky Juneteenth holiday that you were celebrating anyway, okay? But now everybody else benefits from it, okay? Nothing specific for you. And, you know, after that, you know, he turned on you, said, and they keep taking this video down too. He said, when it came to the juicy juice, he said, we have to get the tribes first. The tribes. When have they ever in history used tribes? Okay? They haven't at all. They haven't. And, you know, those of us in the know, we know exactly who he's talking about. Okay? Never in history have the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans been first in anything. None of us have been first in anything. Now it's this, okay, and now the studies are showing that what's the how do I want to say this without getting us in trouble? The disease that came out in the 80s, that was killing all the men that were intimate with each other. You know, now that strain is in that juicy juice, and all of you all are starting to test for it. You know, told you not to take that crap, but you did anyway. But here again, you know, that's you know what he was saying. You know, it's deceit and fraud. You know, telling he want to help you when he's actually trying to get rid of you. Right. That was Esau's #1 goal from the very beginning. You know, he said in Genesis 27:41, okay, the days of my father Isaac are at hand. When he passes away, I'm going to slay my brother Jacob. You slay Jacob, there's no 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? He goes on in Amos 1:11. He says his hatred was perpetual with that sword. You want to grab that from me right there? Amos 1:11.
I got a precept for you real quick. Okay. Let me get this precept for you real quick first. Fine. This is Amos. So Amos chapter 1:11. Yeah. This is Amos 1:11. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Forever, and that's to this day. You know, he said towards his brother, just like brother Ash mentioned earlier, is Jacob. We're the closest thing. It's twin brother. Okay, it tore perpetually with the sword. That was his blessing. Okay, that was his blessing in that same chapter of Genesis 27. Okay, he received that blessing, and it tore perpetually, continually. Jake is still getting slayed in the streets. You know, they're going in your house, shooting you in the bed while you sleep. Okay, just shooting you at will, whatever. All right.
I got this precept for verse 6 when it says, or verse 7, it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. On his tongue is mischief and vanity. And I got Proverbs 6. I'm going to start at verse 12 through 14. It said, a naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. And you know that word forward goes to perverseness or deceitful tongue, man. All right, it says, he winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Forwardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. All right, that sums up E in a nutshell, man. These are all characteristics of Esau, man. All right, there's nothing that he comes out of his mouth is worth. It's worth nothing, man. All right, the scripture says unless Satan get an advantage of us, we are not slip my man. We are not ignorant of his devices, man. All right. So every time Esau makes a speech, all right, The men of the Lord are right there to break that speech down, man, because we know it's deceit coming out your mouth.
Yep.
We know there's a hidden agenda. All right. We'll go back to the Psalms, verse 8. It said, He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Oh, wow.
So that's, whose neighborhoods are over-policed? Okay. He sit in the villages, lurking, seeking to murder the innocent.
Right.
And he sets snares and traps, leaving those boxcars full of guns, okay, leaving them wide open in our neighborhoods, knowing you're gonna go get them. A couple years ago, they left that shoe truck in Chicago. Yeah, that Nike shoe, knowing Jake's gonna go get it.
Yeah.
Then he can have a and that's what they did. They saw people go in it, then went and arrested them. Yeah. I remember growing up. A guy I used to play football with. He's laughing and talking with the police. One day, I'm looking at this sitting on the porch, and the next day, they got him face down in the dirt, cuffed. Yeah. Turns out, they didn't get their cut from drug money.
Right.
So yeah, he's dirty, man.
It said, in the secret place doth he murder the innocent. All right, and I got this precept, this Psalms 37:14. It says, Psalms 37:14 said, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow and cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversations.
And that's the thing. Be of upright conversation. That's like us out here putting this word out. I believe it's Isaiah 29:2. He makes us an offender for a word. And in terms of a just thing for not, he's taking this. He's taking our truth, turning it, trying to turn it against us, trying to use it against us to throw us in jail. And that's the thing. We know that the time is going to come when we're going to be taken off the street for telling this truth. He can't take it. He cannot take it.
Hey, really, fact checking didn't come out to the men of the Lord start teaching, man.
Yeah.
Before
exactly.
that, you ain't never heard no fact
Exactly.
checking before the men of the Lord start spewing out your madness. All right, so Esau, he knows what's going on, man, and in some kind of way they got to stop it on all avenues.
Yep.
All right, so that's why they deal with fact checking and all these different things, man. We didn't have to do that before, man. All right.
No, and then when you do the research, I wish I had saved this video. They did the research on who actually is responsible for the fact checkers. It's the same person responsible for putting out the juicages. The same person that ran Event 201. The same person who was a computer mogul. Yeah.
Okay.
His foundation
Yeah.
funds the fact checkers. How about that?
What a coincidence. All right, verse 9. It said, he lieth in wait as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him out his net.
Oh man. Yep. That's that. But the easiest way to look at this scripture, those PPP loans.
Man.
They knew, because here's the thing. They already had a task force. The same time that they gave it out, they had a task force already set up to come after people. And that's what's that, Isaiah 10:1? Righteous decrees that they prescribed.
Yeah, prescribed.
Yeah, it was done before it brought out. Yeah, piece of work, man.
All right, I got this precept. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to read 9 and 10, and I'm going to get this precept. It said, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong one, by his strong ones.
That sounds like that Ecclesiastes 12.
Yeah, that's what I got right
What
here.
you got?
This is Ecclesiastes 12. I'm going to start at verse 10. It said, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
So it's like if you ever, seen a piece of iron that has rusted, like you said, if you wipe a looking glass, it's going to look brand new, okay? But as soon as that oxygen hits it, it's going to get rusty again.
Yes.
And that's the key point. His iron, his wickedness is like iron, okay? That's going to rust. What causes iron to rust? Oxygen.
Yep.
So as long as this son of a bitch is breathing, he wicked.
Yep. Ain't no good in him.
Yeah,
Man.
none, zero.
Well, it's a can't get right, man.
Can't get right.
All right, I'm going to read to verse 12. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and he pricked therewith. All right, so it's saying, like, look, you can't trust him on no avenues, man.
Yep.
All right, on no avenues. Every word that he speaks is a lie. All right, he's always up to no good. He's always represented with this evil scheme. All right, there's nothing good about him, man.
Yep.
All right, and our people are really are into Esau, man.
Yep.
All right, they follow him to a T, man. And we here we are, the men of the Lord, telling you, hey, you need to come back to your law, statutes, commandments. Hey, it's only 613 laws here.
Yep.
All right, you got 33, like the brother said, you got over 33,000 laws with them.
Yep.
All right, so who really is the nuisance, man?
Yep.
All right, we just telling you that it's a standard that you got to live by when you come to serve the Lord, man. And you got to give up the pork, or you got to give up the adultery. All right, you got to give up these things, but it's for a bigger prize at the end, man. Yep. Esau don't got nothing for you after his laws are set. He has nothing for you if you're a bad man. Nope. You don't win nothing, man. Just a get out of jail free card, man.
Just like you said, as soon as you fall down, he's gonna stand up in your place.
That's right.
While you trying to, oh, that's my friend. The whole time he's devising on how to take you down.
That's right.
Especially if you're doing better than he is. Especially if you're doing better than he is. And an example of that, the scene where in Harlem Nights, Officer Cantone broke into Sugar Ray's house and was mad. Now they way on the other side of town, totally different clientele. They did not like the fact that he was making more money than them. Did not impact his business whatsoever. Then this dude comes over and says, we want our cut. Yo, cut for what? How much? Well, you pulled down about 10, 15 grand. We want 10.
10, yeah.
And then he said it was up to me, you wouldn't have nothing. That's how Esau is.
Yep.
That's how he is.
That's right. He wanted everything. A greedy bastard.
Yep.
Greedy bastard.
Sure is. And that's the thing. That's what you read in, what was that?
Ecclesiasticus?
No. In Psalms 10, back in verse 5. That's the covenants. He's greedy. Extremely greedy. And we know the law of gleaning. You're supposed to leave something for the poor. He takes it all.
Yep.
Habakkuk 2:5 says he heapeth all nations and people unto himself.
That's right.
He want to control everything, have it all. He's never satisfied with enough. All right?
That's right. Right, good point. It says, verse 12, it says, arise, O Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, my power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble.
That's Lord, we need you.
That's right.
This is getting out of hand. The wicked, who is your sword? Yeah, we know it's your hand on controlling that left hand side, doing this stuff. But man, we got to come up out of this. This don't feel good at all.
It don't. That's right.
It don't feel good at all.
Especially when you wake up to the knowledge and wisdom, understanding of these scriptures. Oh, you really just being that's why the scripture say oppression makes a wise man mad. All right, because men of the Lord, man, we know we've been oppressed, man. Yep. All right, because the scriptures tell us so. due to our disobedience.
Yep.
All right, but we've come back. We repent. All right, and we understand that this man is really out here and geared to kill us, man.
Yep.
We know this, man. All right, so we need out of here. All right, it said, wherefore, verse 13, back in Psalms 10 and 13, it said, wherefore doth the wicked contemn Yahweh? He has said in his heart, thou will not require it.
That word contemn is like blasphemy. Okay, and he said, thou will not require it. And see, this is how you know who Esau is today. You know, when you talk about what has happened and what they've done, oh, that was in the past. That was in the past. Okay, so it was. Can you grab Ecclesiastes 3 and 15?
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. It said, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh required that which is past.
So he requires that which is past. You said you believe right here that he will not require it. He just told you that he did. All of your transgressions that you did, he requires that there's going to be a recompense for it. You know, Colossians 3 and 25. He that doeth wrong must receive for the wrong that he's done. There's no respect of person.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
You know,
You think?
go ahead. In the law, it says, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for a life.
Right.
Okay. What you reap, what you sow, you're going to reap.
That's
right.
You get the benefits of your behavior, man.
Yep.
And you think you're going to just do all this wickedness and you're just going to skate away scot-free? All right, no. And under your rulership, everything is tore down, man.
Yep.
All right, I'm looking at trees right now, half grown, right behind me, just half grown. Under your rulership, man.
Yep.
All right, the water is everything is just messed up.
Yep.
All right, verse.
Destroy him that destroys the earth.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 14 said, thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite to requite it with thine hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee, thou art the helper of the fatherless.
So he pretty much he's saying, Lord, you seeing what they're doing. You know, you have made us the righteous. You know, how are they getting away with this? Okay. He said, he requite, thou art the helper of the fatherless. You know, in essence, we got nothing for this guy. We need your help.
That's right.
Okay? As one of the curses says, the might has been taken out of our hands.
Right.
We don't have it. We don't have it. We sign and crying every day. This is ridiculous to have to live this way.
We know who our help coming from,
Yeah.
man. We know who to call on in time of prayer. We need it.
Huh?
All right, so we call on Yahweh Shah. The rest of this world's going to get caught up in the judgments thereof, man.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Yep.
So like I ain't cut you off.
So that was 14.
Come.
Yeah. Committed himself unto you. So yeah. So and that's the thing. How do we commit ourselves unto you? Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Okay. Have the faith. Do the work. Okay. Do our due diligence to make the calling of our election sure. Okay. Rehearsing the righteous acts. As the scriptures say, all those, I'm roughly paraphrasing Romans 15 and 4, the things were written aforetime for our learning. Okay, so when we, you gonna get that?
I'm gonna get this.
Okay, so as we doing that, we're going back and reading these things. Because so I think it's Sirach 2 and 10.
Get that for you.
Yeah, Sirach 2 and 10. Gotcha. Where it says, he has not forsaken those that have faith in him.
Yeah, this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 2 and 10. It said, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh Shah and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
So here again, how can we look at those generations of old? The things that were written aforetime for our learning.
That's right.
Okay? That's how we do it. Read the story in context. Don't just cherry pick scriptures like these churches do and turn them into a whole new doctrine or these other camps do. Okay? Read it for what it is and get that understanding. Pray for that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as you read the scriptures. All right, they weren't confounded. All right,
And abide in the scriptures, man.
time.
That's one of them. The scriptures say, matter of fact, let me get this. You quoted it earlier, but I'm going to pull it out real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Plain and simple, man. Are you supposed to do what you're told, all right, through the scriptures? Everything that you do should be filtered through the scriptures, and you will be all right, man.
Yep.
And you will be all right, man.
Yep.
All right? Want to keep going on
Yep.
this? It's verse 15. Back in Psalms chapter 10, verse 15, it said, break thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil man seek out his wickedness till thou find none.
It says, break down the arm of the wicked man, and that's his strength. Okay? And his strength can be a number of things. His laws, military, you know, and all together, you know, the sword, you know. And there's anything that's going to bring harm to us, you know. He says, and seek out, break the arm of the wicked. And of course, we know the wicked and the evil man is Esau, Edom, according to Malachi 1 and 4. All right. And it says, seek out his wickedness until thou find none. That means utterly destroy him. Okay. Obadiah 1 and 18.
Got it. It's Obadiah 1 and 18. It said, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai have spoken.
So the you vocab, no class belong. The Edomites are still here.
That's right.
Okay. And according to that scripture, that's a prophecy after you served your slavery.
That's right.
You know, Revelations 18 and 6 says, given to her double that she gave to you. So you're going to serve twice as hard and twice as long. And after you do that, Obadiah 1 and 18, don't get rid of you for good.
That's it. That's all.
And you know it. That's why you try to come down hard on people. You know?
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Yeah, for real.
Keep going. It said, this verse 16, it said, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land.
God. Yeah, and that's the thing. The heathen he's a king forever and ever. So once he establishes this new kingdom, our new kingdom, New Jerusalem comes down. I do believe that's in Joel when he said the stranger will no longer walk through the land again. Yeah, Joel 2. You won't, you want it? Yeah. So Joel 2, yeah, Joel 2. Stranger no longer walking our land again. Can't come in. You know, you're already over there now, defiling. Okay, with your alphabet parades and doing stuff that's kosher. And you know that's an abomination. Okay, just foul.
Bear with us real quick. How can you go?
Yeah, I'm gonna search for it too. It says stranger will no more walk in the land. Stranger land. Stranger land. Walk. Joel. I know it was in there somewhere. I believe it's in Joel. Joel.
I spent too much time on it.
No.
We have to come back to that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Go. 3 and 17. 3 and 17.
3 and 17.
Yep.
The water y'all about Shimmy Abishai. Good. Joel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, so shall ye know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shimmy Abishai, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountains. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore.
There it is, right there. That's right. Pretty much straightforward. No more strangers pass through her anymore. That's right. Once it's cleaned out, it's ours. Okay.
It's going to be a nuclear blast there. It's going to be wiped clean, and guess what? Somebody's going to clean it and build it back up.
Well, ironically, you say that. There have been 2 videos today. I think actually 3. Apostle Tahar, then Elder Malcolm, and then Amawan Gamar, talking about that gold that was found over there. That's for us. The elect.
Yes.
They say that's a lot of gold to transport.
Right.
So, and they're going to walk.
Yes. It says back in Psalm chapter 10 and verse 17, it said, Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble.
And who's the humble? Nation of Israel. Okay? Especially at the beginning with his elect. Okay, because after going through these scriptures and seeing what's going on coming into this group, we have to be humble. Okay? Have to take this serious.
That's right.
Because as the scriptures say, he who exalts himself shall be humble, and you don't want that. But he who is humble shall be exalted.
Yep.
Okay?
That's right. It says, thou wilt prepare their heart. It said, thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ears to hear.
God, he says, thou will prepare our hearts. And he's going to hear us. When you go to, what's that, Baruch 2 and 30, begin to 30.
You want to get that precept real quick? So Baruch 2
and 30,
Baruch chapter 2.
He's going to hear us,
Verse 30. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
That's
but in the
rebellious.
It said, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. It said, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear.
So he gives us a heart and ears to hear. And he's going to hear us. We're going to think upon his name and call on him. Okay? And once we start coming into that judgment is starting to take place. They kind of rough out here.
Okay. This is last verse. It says, to judge the fatherless and oppressed, that a man of the earth may no more oppress.
He says to judge the fatherless and the oppressed. Okay? The fatherless and the oppressed is the nation of Israel. Okay? Because that was, I'm glad that came back around. That was actually my call for Isaiah 54 and 7. It should have been 8.
Isaiah 54 and 8.
54 and 8. It came back.
Okay. It's Isaiah chapter 54 and 8. It said, in a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy Redeemer.
So when he hid his face from us, we didn't have a father anymore.
That's right.
Okay?
Fatherless.
We were fatherless, and we were oppressed. Okay, and it says that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Okay, pull us away from this wicked dude.
That's right.
Okay, now it's his turn. We talked about it earlier. Colossians 3 and 25. He's going to get back what he gave out. Right. Revelations 13, 9 and 10. He's going to get back everything that he dished out, and that's just not for him. Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them,
all of them,
shall go into captivity, And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
So everything that they did to us, we're going to give back to them. Okay, and the difference is, you know, ours is going to be everlasting. Everlasting. Okay, that's because we're going to have those immortal bodies. We'll never die again. Okay, well, our bodies will be incorruptible. The laws will be in us. Okay, everything that we read and hear and trying to get the understanding of, we're going to have this and more.
And more. That's right.
You know, even the books that weren't published. You know,
that's right.
All right, so yeah,
that's right, man. All you other 17 nations, man, are you gonna get it, man? All right, all y'all that put your hands on the children of Israel, man, you're gonna get it.
Yep.
That's it. That's all. The number one is the E's, man. Edomites, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna really put our foot on your neck.
Yep.
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai.
I was gonna say at the top of that chain is Amalek.
That's right.
Yep. He's the first one to attack us when we left ancient Egypt, and you doing your dirt here in spiritual Egypt. Okay? Spiritual Solomon Egypt. That's right. In the dirt. Okay. And he said he's gonna blot you from under heaven forever.
That's right.
Forever.
Called law and law, Yahweh.
That's according to Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17 through 19, and I believe Numbers 24 and 20. Blot you out forever. All right. All right. We hope this lesson was edifying for the body. Once again, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who we will and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who live in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like to the speckled bird. To you, we say Shalom, Abba, Kwam Yasharal, Shalom.